it's way more than just bones and muscle. It's this incredibly complex, living fabric. Today, we're going to peek at the architectural blueprint for all animal life, the four master tissues that build everything from a tiny ant to a blue whale. So let's get into it.
Here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basics, and then we'll meet the body's specialized construction crew one by one. We've got the protectors, the supporters, the movers, and the communicators. Then, at the end, we'll see how these amazing teams work together to build, well, us.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. If you think of an animal's body as this giant, complex construction project, what are the fundamental materials we're using? We're not talking about individual cells here. Those are like the single bricks. We're going a level up, to the specialized crews of cells that actually get the real work done.
And that brings us right to our key definition. A tissue is basically a team of similar cells that all group together to do one specific job. It's the critical link that turns a pile of individual cells into something useful, like a brick wall. These are the body's specialized work crews.
So, this table right here, this is our blueprint for the whole explainer. It's kind of wild to think that all the incredible complexity in the animal kingdom is built from just these four master types of tissue. You've got your protective coverings, your connecting framework, your movers and shakers, and the communication network. Let's meet our first specialist.
All right, first up is the crew that's in charge of all surfaces and linings. We're talking about epithelial tissue. This is the body's first line of defense and its main interface with, well, everything else in the world. And don't just take my word for it. This quote from the National Institutes of Health really drives home how crucial this stuff is. I mean, it is everywhere, doing everything from protecting us and secreting hormones to absorbing nutrients.
Yeah, this is the perfect way to picture its main job. The cells in epithelial tissue are packed super tightly together, creating this continuous protective sheet. Whether it's the skin on your arm or the lining of your stomach, this tissue is the barrier that covers and shields it.
And here's where biology gets really cool. Form always follows function. You see these flat, thin, squamous cells where gases need to pass through really easily, like in our lungs. You find these cube-shaped cuboidal cells in glands where secretion is the name of the game. And in our intestines, these tall columnar cells give more surface area for absorbing all our food. It's just a perfect design for every single job.
Okay, on to our next specialist. Now this one is the ultimate jack of all trades. This is the tissue that provides the scaffolding, the support, and all the infrastructure for the entire body. Meet connective tissue.
You know, unlike those tightly packed epithelial cells, connective tissue cells are kind of scattered around in this substance called an extracellular matrix. And that flexible setup is exactly what lets it be so incredibly versatile. And trust me, some of the tissues that fall into this category are probably going to surprise you.
Just look at this list. It goes all the way from the rock-solid support of bone to the shock-absorbing cushion of cartilage, all the way to liquid blood. I mean, how can all of these things possibly be in the same family?
Yep, you heard that right. It seems totally weird, but it's absolutely true. Blood is officially classified as a specialized fluid connective tissue. It's one of those facts that just makes you go, huh. So here's why. First off, it comes from the same source in an embryo as all the other connective tissues. And second, its main job is connection. It physically links almost every single part of the body by delivering supplies and hauling away waste. It's the ultimate delivery service. So, with our framework in place, it is time for the heavy machinery. Muscular tissue is what makes all movement possible, from you walking across the room to the silent, non-stop beating of your own heart. And there are three distinct types. We've got skeletal muscle, which is the voluntary kind, the stuff we use on purpose to move our bones. Then you've got smooth muscle, that's the involuntary worker bee in the walls of our organs, like our stomach. And finally, there's the incredible cardiac muscle, which is only found in the heart, just contracting on its own for our entire lives.
Okay, so we have structure and we have movers, but how does any of it get coordinated? Well, that's the job for our final specialist, the command and control center, nervous tissue.
The main player here is the neuron. It's a cell designed for one thing, high-speed communication. It's got these dendrites to catch incoming signals, a cell body to process them, and then this long axon to shoot the signal onward to the next cell.
And the flow of information is lightning fast, and it is strictly a one-way street. The signal comes into the dendrites, the cell body figures out what to do, and then a new signal zips down the axon to its target. This network is what lets an animal sense the world and react in just fractions of a second.
So we've met our 4 master builders, but the real magic, the really amazing part, happens when they stop being individual specialists and start working together as one perfectly integrated team.
And this is the main idea, right? An organ isn't just one type of tissue. Your heart, for example, needs cardiac muscle to pump, epithelial tissue to line its chambers, connective tissue to make its valves, and nervous tissue to control the whole rhythm. It's a total masterpiece of collaboration. So think about this for a second. All the incredible, mind-boggling diversity of animal life that we see on this planet is built from a toolkit of just 4 fundamental types of tissue. 4 master builders responsible for everything. It's just such an elegant and efficient system.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future. We are now learning how to engineer these tissues ourselves. So as we get better and better at understanding this fundamental biological construction kit, what new possibilities are going to open up? What new structures will we be able to build, and what problems will we be able to solve?